Hello, welcome back. This will be a quick reading for, I think, Sagittarius. So let's dive in. I want to use a more abstract deck to start out. Sagittarius, people and placements, any messages. Overwhelm and plenty, overflow here. This could be in contracts, relationships, balance, harmony. The divine matrix, creative mushrooms. So this could be about work maybe. We have me talks, preparing the body and mind, and many masks, authentic self. You could be moving to a greater sense of empowerment or self-empowerment. Yeah, you could be really like solidifying something. That's funny that devil came out, dust devil, because I just heard Capricorn in my head. So you could be really like building structure around something. Moving out of stagnation, interesting. So that could be what's happening. Maybe you're having a lot of changes right now. Ideas, Sagittarius. Ace of Wands, new beginnings. Wow, 10 of Pentacles, exactly. Like this is the energy. This is like new beginnings, but with stability, with long-term longevity. Maybe you're actually investing in something that's more long-term for you. Maybe you've gone through significant endings in your life, or you're just focused on long-term stability. You're really thinking about the long-term. Oh, the devil here and the world. So you could be closing out massive karmic cycles, or taking control over these endings, learning how to prioritize yourself. I saw the Empress briefly, Sagittarius. Temperance energy, beautiful. So if something was unsuccessful, I feel like you're moving away from it. You could be entering a new belief system or a contract or commitment here with the Hierophant. There could have been something that was maybe you were in denial about in the past. This could have been something quite childish or just kind of premature or naive. Tell you more, Sag. You could also be leaving significant commitments. Knight of Swords, and quite quickly at that, or you could be doing this quite logically or analytically. There could also be new communication coming in about love. That's grounding down into the present. This could be people around you or just your experience of love. You were not very happy or clear in the past, it looks like. You released a lot of burden, Sagittarius energy there. There's some kind of clarity, Ace of Swords energy in the future or communication. Sagittarius. This could be, maybe you don't see this yet, Empress, beautiful. So you're really attracting all this towards you. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So I think you've slowly but surely extricated yourself from something. Yeah, especially if it was like impacting your finances. You've detached emotionally, Sagittarius. Knight of Pentacles. You've maintained independence. Beautiful, beautiful. This could have been a Scorpio in the past. Sagittarius, people and placements. Wolves could be relevant. The moon cycles. Hedgehog, disguise. Yeah, you might have had, this might have been hidden to you, or something about this was hidden to you. Maybe you needed to access a certain level of vulnerability to access like the true fortune, or yeah. So it says, yeah, this is not your fight, keep out of it. I think you're being very stealthy. Allow this person the space they need now and resist the temptation to help. They will ask when ready. Your garden needs tending, so look at natural pest control. Careful how you approach a delicate matter between family or friends. Someone feels very prickly. So this could be other people around, like there's like a badger in the background here. So, but I think you have friends, because I think there's other hedgehogs in this card. Yeah, there is. There's at least 3 different hedgehogs here. So you have some kind of connections that could be helping you as well. Tucked away in a log or beneath a bush, I do my best to keep out of sight and out of mind, blending in with my surroundings as I become a part of the forest floor. So maybe camouflage the garden border, the pile of leaves, or maybe you're studying your situation. You too might want to consider lying low for a time and assume quite a different persona to avoid harm or strife. There are times for banging a drum and shouting your cause, for declaring who you are and what you believe as boldly as you dare, but now is not one of them. Take that approach and you draw the wrong attention. I only have one natural predator, and when it comes to my well-being and survival, I would not parade before a badger, but rather disguise my presence. You should do the same before those who would thwart your efforts or even seek to bring you down and take their chance. Time for reflection, solitude, and rest beckons. Prepare well in your sanctuary. We are in that waning moon phase. Your chance to prove them all wrong will come, just not today. So there is something here about time, timing, temperance, vulnerability on the bottom. I'm kind of curious what that's about. I also saw a toad, fortune, on the other side. So this could be more of a past energy. Never mistake kindness as weakness. Relationship could be not what you think it is. I feel like this is more of a past energy. You could have been easily influenced in the past. Someone had a hold over you. Forgive yourself and others. Emotions run the show. Past hurts affect behavior towards others. Up your protection. Very interesting. 91. Toad, let's see. Spider could be relevant. Pay attention to minor details. You're at a crossroads in your life. Manifest positive affirmations in your life for good fortune. Don't doubt your abilities to succeed. You have a lucky streak. Fortune is in your favor. So I feel like this could be hidden to you right now. You're keeping it hidden. It says it's time to stop treading water, so hop out onto dry land. Enjoy me as I bask in the heat of the sun. I have jumped into your life to announce that your fortune is about to change. My magical powers used by witches in the past make potions promise to transform your life if you let me in. So you could be literally doing magic. Be afraid not of stories of old, for I really am a handsome prince beneath the false disguise who longs to assist. Your wishes have been granted as a twist of fate lends its hand to treasures that await. It will not happen overnight, however, and a little action is required on your part to make the changes needed, even if it's something you'd rather not do. Fear not, for the rewards speak for themselves. My camouflage serves you well. So this is the second card of camouflage. As you go for the kill and grab opportunities that are yours for the taking, watch, wait, and observe. As any doubts dissolve, watch, wait, and observe. Watch, wait, and observe. I love that. As any doubts dissolve, and you will soon realize that the plan was much bigger and fortuitous than you ever thought. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Okay, let's see. Maybe we'll pull you an angel, Sagittarius. But yeah, I think you've had to make a strong judgment call. Yeah, put yourself first. In the past, to deal with maybe like a negative Scorpio energy or somebody very like obsessive. I think we've really these past few this little while as Pluto's gone retrograde. Now it's direct today or tomorrow actually. We've really had to revisit whatever house Aquarius rules for us, and it's like huge. And Pluto's a huge, like, it takes, what is it, like 20 years per zodiac sign, I think. I don't know, it's just a huge era. So it's like we're really entering a new era. So forgive yourself if anytime a transit begins with a planet entering the first few degrees, you're going to experience the most immature version of the energy until you kind of learn. That's why, like, maybe placements, I think they're called Makaraka placements, but higher degree planets in your birth chart you can kind of rely on more as a strength. In my personal opinion, but that's what I've seen. Just because I have some planets in my chart that are at 0 degrees versus the ones that are like much later degrees, and I would say that it kind of makes sense that those later degree planets I have a lot more strength in what they rule and everything like that. Anyways, pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you're paid. So maybe you're losing money as a part of dealing with somebody. The loving form of self-care ensures that you have savings to invest in your present and your future. Okay. Sagittarius, big financial focus. Okay, I'm seeing that Barcelona, something about Barcelona or cheetahs. Sagittarius. Attached to dark entities, okay. So maybe you're detaching, or these were people in your past. They're trying to keep you in a time loop. So they want you to like stay in a certain frequency probably. We need good leaders because there is evil to conquer. And they are out of luck permanently. They're out to lunch permanently, possessed. So this could be somebody who's just at a lower frequency and they're overcome, trying to pull wool over your eyes. And we have being positive is not lame. So yeah, great. And keep that up. Try to block your activation and dim your passion. It says wants to humiliate you. It says they don't have good intentions. And Pulp Fiction. Interesting. Pulp Fiction. Sagittarius, anything else? From your highest teams of love and light, Angel Michael. Oh. Alrighty, 840. So 12 could be relevant. Just because someone or something wants you doesn't mean you have to want them. So this could be a Taurus potentially. Or somebody that's just very like greedy, or somebody with Taurus energy. I don't know, placements. Conquer transits better. Relation with cause. So you need to maybe learn how to work with transits, like when the right timing is. Like you might notice, like, for example, we had Moon conjunct Jupiter, that there was a certain time that you might just pay attention to your feelings and what's going on in your life and pay attention to transits. I like Rick Astrology. He posts them in his description. He goes by the hour, so you can just like adjust it to your time zone. But yeah, anyways, that can be really useful because then you'll learn how to conquer transits because you'll have a better relationship. You'll see what like a moon, like for example, conjunct Jupiter transit gives you versus like a moon square Saturn, and you can see how sometimes they even group up so that they make things easier. You can't take anything out of context with transits. Is all happening as a part of a larger whole. Alrighty, it says the brain is a radio, so you could be picking up on knowledge or frequencies. So just know that, like, you might be tuning into other people's frequencies, especially if you don't know that you're doing that. That might be weird for you. Like, you might just know what people are thinking or saying or doing. So yeah, there could be like energetic protection or staying tuned in. So keep your frequency where you want it tuned. I just connected something. I guess that's why ghosts always fuck with the TV. I mean, I've heard stories about ghosts fucking with TVs. I wonder if it has to do with that whole channel thing. I guess it does. Electricity. Alrighty. It says, move your energy forward. Okay. Be in a self-sufficient energy. Love it. Love it. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles here, right? Energy shifts take a toll. Recuperating, regenerating, listen to yourself. So don't judge yourself if it's been slow. We have the Knight of Pentacles right near it. So if it's taking you some time to extricate the energy or to move through the energy shifts take a toll. Recuperating, regenerating, listen to yourself. Like, sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, sometimes transits impede it. Stay alert, practical, and analytical. So just stay grounded as well. Yeah. Let's see if we have any last messages, I guess. I heard karmic. This could be a karmic situation, a relationship you were part of, like something that was destined to be on your path, but maybe something from a past life. It says, to be at a higher level, you need to protect and maintain it more. New levels, new devils, right? Don't get involved. I also heard insurance with someone with that much baggage. So this might be somebody who takes out their lack of empathy on you or something, I heard. So you're not trapped in control / expectation. Oh, contracts. But why did I say control? You're not, maybe this person's trying to control you. You're not trapped in contracts / expectations. Yeah, you're not trapped. So I'm seeing that Carrie Underwood song. I think it's Blow It All Away or something. Closing out karmic pattern of not feeling deserving to receive. So this could be like a lesson that you really had to like see like really face to face before you were able to like go within and like change. Just knock and ask to be let in. So you could be realizing that you've been holding yourself back from asking for better, or don't do impulsive actions. Yeah, working with your spirit team or manifesting better as well. I think you're taking more control as well, or mastering. Maybe you're learning like quantum physics, or you understand some of those principles. Let's pull some tea leaf. Sagittarius, people and placements. Wow, triumph, balance. So divine justice, things could be balancing out, especially in relationships. You could be seeing a lot of birds, or birds could be interacting with you. You're moving beyond some kind of period of frustration or lessons to be learned. It could have taught you a lot of grace or balance. Things will be changing in regards to communication, or maybe coworkers or colleagues or people that are close to you in the future, friends. Yeah, meeting with a stranger, interesting. This could be regarding money. Yeah, this person could have impacted your finance, or in the past your finances were being impacted. Maybe, yeah, someone was working behind your back, which was impacting your finances. So maybe they were pretending not to or something, but looks like you're overcoming some kind of heartache. You could be doing this privately. I think you're getting back to basics. You could be journaling more or manifesting more. I think you're planting seeds. You had to keep things hidden. You had to protect your health, and you're resolving problems. There's also a new enterprise or conception of something, a birth of something. This could be like more metaphorically. Wow, great good fortune. Wow, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. This could have started in July, that you began to triumph over something as well. Like you might have made fundamental changes in your independence or your finances in July about, or you could be dealing with a Cancer. Seeing Pet Cemetery for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. I haven't seen that movie, so. Maybe this was like something from a past life, or I don't know. Maybe you have a pet that's passed on that's protecting you as well, or warning you as well. I see a dog, but you do you. I'm also seeing a fish, as strange as that is, or a bird. Yeah, something is aligning you with greater like celebration, happiness, your gifts. It might be just time for you to activate in a sense and to upgrade your life into more wealth. I think your dreams also warned you about someone in the past. You could have gone through like an ego change. I think this helped you to work through something, maybe like kind of like rehash things. Whoa. You might receive something that could be a reunion of some sort. Sagittarius. Yeah, something unexpected might just like be solved. Something's really like trained you to use your third eye. Yeah, you've gone through an activation. And to turn off your emotions or understand how emotions work, how they're not always to be trusted versus like intuition, for example. Like your emotions might be like leading you on the wrong path sometimes in some ways. Let's get you one of these. No? Let's get you one of these. Oh. Someone could have been gaslighting you. You could be, or this person was trying to use like some kind of tactics. Like they could have a sense of privilege about them. I feel like you were entering a phase of like getting a lot of offers, money, or otherwise. Like I really think that you're not even like caring, honestly. Yeah, this really activated you in the end. It looks like so. It actually almost gave you more energy, maybe, or something, or more learning, more skills, more. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, something in the past was really taking from you. It was like setting you on the wrong path or something. It could have been like influencing a timeline that you were not supposed to be on, kind of vibes. Like maybe you have a timeline where you're supposed to inherit something or come into a lot of success, and this was going to take you off that timeline. No offense. So, and that's not even personal. I mean, we always have to detach from things that are going to take us away, even if we want to stay attached. Sometimes it's better just to detach or, yeah, I don't know. Sagittarius. Hanging baskets, that's crazy. 13. Lean into the essence of receiving, for there awaits things you've been telling yourself are out of reach. So this could be somebody who wants to collaborate with you potentially as well. I think your ancestors are setting something up, so I feel like it's out of your hands, so to speak. It's like a deer in this image. 11 could be relevant. 13. Attraction, beauty, and learning to receive. Nothing says welcome to a warm, beautiful home full of cheer better than hanging baskets. Her delicate beauty attracts all sorts of other pretty creatures, from every shade of hummingbird to butterflies and bees. When you receive this card, it invites you to let your beauty be on display for the world to see. Don't worry about whether you're pretty, slim, or have sufficient enough money, or a good job, or the right kind of talent. Everyone's beautiful in some way, and you are no different. You may not believe thinking you've been passed over, or that people simply don't notice you, but ask yourself whether it's true or whether your energy is closed to the attention. Do you duck your eyes when you see someone attractive rather than meeting the gaze? Do you blend into the background at parties, choosing to play the role of the wallflower, or are you bright, vibrant, and eager to mingle with friends and strangers alike? No one can enter your house if you don't open the door. Learning to receive is as much about putting yourself out there as it is about accepting what is being offered. So this could be about like deep shadow work or something like that. Could be about self-worth. But I'm seeing something like deep shadow work. Like there could have been some kind of traumas or something that could have impacted this at some point. But I want to go deeper. Sagittarius, people and placements from the highest teams of love and light. Interesting. The golden rose. I think this is about like that level of secrecy, certain things being protected within the inner sanctum of the rose. Wow, virgin's milk. Okay, and darkening. Yeah, something's kind of like initiated you into a new level or phase. Maybe it was kind of like, going from that maiden to mother energy, just evolving from one level to another, maybe. Like maybe in the past there was kind of a naivety, right? The maiden versus the mother, who's like probably more so of a creator, creatrix energy, breath. Interesting. Pluto. Yeah, you could have gone through like it's kind of like Persephone, who goes through the underworld, right? And then kind of, Demeter, her mother, who obviously protests this kidnapping. And back in the day, actually, apparently, what I've heard is that, women were just kidnapped constantly. Like that was the way that they entered marriages. Like they had no say in the matter at all. So, yeah, toxic, low-key, but, men are represented by Mars, which is a conquering energy, so I suppose it's kind of Mother Nature in a sense, but, just to be aware of it. Mortification, and very interesting. I want to read that, definitely. You could work in the morgue, or something about death could, like, be interesting, or just kind of, like, peaceful or calm to you. Or maybe you're just good at helping people go through transitions in their lives. So 14 could be relevant. Yeah, okay. Or you could have seen a lot of death in your life too. Decay, death, and decomposition. Mortifactio is the great alchemical operation of darkness. What was once composed now decomposes. What was once presentable is now despicable. So maybe you're realizing that you're not even interested in certain things and you're realizing what those things are. This stage cannot be avoided. The underworld has taken us into the dark interior of its belly, and here we reside until spring. Through the natural process of decay, we descend the depths we didn't know existed. The alchemist soon finds mortifactio as a stage of regeneration and sacred power, where the soil is fertile and rich, offering nourishment for tomorrow. This stage cannot be rushed. The darkness must have time to do its work. So this could be you literally like losing old senses of who you were, like decaying, like transforming, like really like going through a huge massive death. They say like I think it's like every 7 years all your cells are regenerated or something. So it's like really like letting go of the past, really. The darkness must have time to do its work, to dismantle and to loose and to free us from old scripts and stories. As we learn to surrender to this great operation, the earth churns and wisdom whispers in the dark. I think we saw wisdom come out in one of the readings today, in the future position in the same place as this card. She envelops us with grace and the promise of what's to come. Go deeper, read the Egyptian stories of Osiris. So I think that's the story about the wife. I think it was Isis or who was it? I don't know, but might have been Sekhmet. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I think Osiris was the one that was like torn into a bunch of little pieces and had to be put together. To ponder, is there anything that does not end? We actually might have to search it up because I wanna get clarification if I'm right. Shit. Okay, we're still recording. Thank God. Osiris, the Egyptian god of the afterlife, agriculture and resurrection. Interesting. The NASA spacecraft mission OSIRIS-REx that returned samples from asteroid Bennu, or the musician YK Osiris. Osiris was murdered by his brother Set and then resurrected by his wife Isis. So Isis, I think, is the wife. She rules magic, I believe, making a key figure in Egyptian mythology related to life, death, and kingship. OSIRIS-REx mission successfully collected and returned an asteroid sample to Earth in 2023. So maybe something about 2023 could be relevant, and is now continuing as OSIRIS-APEX. Wow, very interesting. Okay, well, that's, anything there. 22 on the clock, as I said that, could apply. The Mortifactio card relates to the Death card in the Tarot and the Underworld card in the Archetypes deck. It is universal symbol, not to be taken personally. So you're just going through the death of a chapter, it seems. Halloween is a global celebration of Mortifactio in the Underworld. If this card has got you down, flip the script. There is freedom and expression in every operation. Every death is a beginning by its nature. So it's kind of like when we leave our body, we're going to reincarnate as a new being, most likely, right? Well, of course. But so you could be becoming this new being. Thanks for being here. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal through the Buy Me a Coffee link. We'll leave a tip through there. Good luck. Take care.